The Northern Renaissance didn't follow Italy's classical ideals. Instead, it focused on detail, realism, and meaning. Let's take a closer look at these 6 artists to get a glimpse of how the Northern Renaissance quietly transformed the way art was made and understood. Jan van Eyck. If realism had a founder, it would be Van Eyck. Look at the Arnolfini portrait. The way reflections, textures, and light are captured reveals just how far he could push realism. And in the Ghent altarpiece, his attention is so precise that every element feels carefully observed, never simplified. And it wasn't just about technique, it shifted how viewers experienced art, showing that every tiny detail could tell a story. Rogier van der Weyden. Weyden made emotion visible. His figures cry and grieve with raw intensity. In The Descent from the Cross, bodies echo each other's pain. Grief ripples through the figures, bending their forms and turning emotion into something physical and shared. His Miraflores altarpiece shows how precise gestures and expressions can transform a religious scene into a deeply human story. This was revolutionary. Medieval art often felt distant and symbolic, but he made religious scenes emotionally relatable. He taught artists that art wasn't just about accuracy, it was about human experience. Hieronymus Bosch. Bosch's art is full of surprises and ideas that still feel otherworldly today. In the Garden of Earthly Delights, every figure and creature seems to have a secret, inviting viewers to explore a world full of puzzles and surprises. In Tondal's Vision, Bosch pulls us into a drifting spiritual world shaped by belief and imagination, where the boundaries between the earthly and the spiritual quietly dissolve. But Bosch wasn't random. His paintings are packed with symbolism about sin, temptation, and fear. In a time when religion shaped daily life, Bosch visualized what people feared most: eternal consequences. Pieter Bruegel. While others painted saints and kings, Bruegel painted peasants. In The Peasant Wedding, laughter, movement, and everyday chaos fill the scene, making each figure feel real and human. The Harvesters shows people sweating in the sun, sharing a meal, and moving through their day, a perfect snapshot of human life in the fields. Bruegel elevated everyday life into fine art, no halos or idealized beauty, just people being people. He proved that ordinary life was worthy of capturing, and in doing so, changed what subjects artists could choose forever. Albrecht Dürer. Dürer was a bridge between North and South. He studied Italian ideas like proportion and anatomy, then fused them with Northern precision and detail. In his Feast of the Rosary, every figure, gesture, and jewel is carefully observed, showing devotion and human presence in extraordinary detail. His engravings, like Melancholia I, spread across Europe, sharing his ideas widely and making him one of the first artists whose work reached thousands. Dürer redefined what it meant to be an artist, not just a craftsman, but a mind exploring the world in every line and shadow. Hans Holbein. In Holbein's hands, a portrait becomes a story, with subtle hints about the world behind the face. In Portrait of Henry VIII, Holbein goes beyond a portrait. He captures the king's authority and presence, like a living performance. In The Ambassadors, Holbein layers symbols, textures, and human presence into a single scene, blending realism with hidden messages about life, death, and ambition. By blending realism with symbolism, Holbein turned portraiture into a visual language that communicated power and human complexity. From kings to ambassadors, he captured the essence of a person and the world they lived in, leaving a legacy that still amazes today. The Northern Renaissance reshaped art by slowing it down and paying closer attention to the world as it was. These artists gave painting a new purpose that still feels relevant today.